A consistent upload schedule? MARKIPLIER? I barely know her. Hi, Gooby lies. I'm a guy. Hey, I'm a guy. I'm your boy next door type of guy. I'm a chill and wacky, but low-key kinda deep and relatable. But hey, I'm just a regular guy. A guy who is your friend and authentic. Authentically me and as an honest person. Giving me your trust is the smartest thing you could ever do. It's true. When you don't really think about it, it is beneficial for both of us. You get a sense of companionship with yours truly. And I gain popularity and an ego boost. What do you have to lose except for trust in others and your feelings getting played? Feelings come and go. I always come back. What is bro on about? Authenticity on the internet isn't real, and I'm smart for pointing that out. Alright, stop. For real, what is authenticity? In simple terms, authenticity means to be genuine. I think there's two types of authenticity. There's the one where you do or say something and it aligns with your core values. That's its own can of worms. I'll talk about it in the next video. Then there's the one where if you're alone and you're just being, picking your nose, sniffing a finger maybe, that's you. That's authentically you. Because you're not performing for anyone. The minute you are watched, everything changes. Now you take into consideration the way you're being perceived. And that's why I think we can all agree that, yeah, being authentic online is kind of a myth, since you are putting yourself out there. It's at the very least flimsy, because when you post on the internet, you are aware you are or will be watched, which influences your choices of words and the way you want to present yourself. On top of that, we can decide what we want people to see. In a sea of photos, it's only a handful that are chosen and then edited. The person you are online doesn't represent your entirety. Even bodies of work are still only fragments. But just because it's performative, it doesn't mean it's fake. Yeah, I don't see why you can't be genuine and performative. I think that's the real takeaway. We are all performing, but that doesn't mean it's inauthentic or that it's bad. When I tell you I love lmao, boy do I love lmao. Even if you try to be as authentic as possible, that's a tightrope to walk since you could try too hard and it ends up being paradoxically fake, kinda like a performative male. Behind all that soft boy facade they put on, I mean, they're just a fuckboy. A wolves in sheep's clothing. Oh my god, that whole I'm tortured but I'm sensitive and deep enchilada they do, oh my fucking god, it's so cringy. They only want to smash, bro. Thankfully, these guys seems to only exist on the internet. One of my friends said I look like a performative male, and I crashed out so badly. Dude, just between you and me, if I ever become a performative male, you have the legal right to kill me since at that point, I'm Walking Dead. But all this performative and curation of a persona online sounds very similar to regular life, no? The person I am at my job isn't the same person I am with the ladies. My boss wishes, but I don't swing that way, little bro. The way I dress at work isn't the same way I dress in my bedroom. My boss wishes, but I don't swing that way. In a way, am I not being authentic myself? I don't know about you, but I've been inauthentic plenty of times, just like anybody else. Here's something fun I noticed. When someone says something like, just like anybody else, at the end of a statement like I did, what that statement does is that it spreads the weight of shame onto others, so it normalizes what you said and it alleviates some of the pressure off of you. It's a type of self-soothing that can be used cowardly, like I did, or as a way to appease feelings of alienation. Isn't human behavior fun? Speaking of fun, look, I respect you. You are not an idiot who should be told what they should do. But could you maybe like and subscribe and maybe write a comment also? I mean, it would be pretty fun. That was so cringy. I'm so fucking sorry. You guys are always nice and always show support. I don't mean to sound like a creepy pig. I'm sorry. I'm just listing out something. Sorry. I have been writing this script for 2 weeks, so feel free to call me out because I might have lost the forest for the trees. But if I am right, everything is curated, then authenticity itself kinda doesn't exist then. It's all a huge play. How can I be authentic if I don't know who I am? So is anyone authentic? Instead of being Mr. Cynical towards others like every other YouTube essayist who thinks their shit don't stink, is Mr. Peace. I'm gonna do something we should all do and be self-aware. Let's take this example. Why did me make video talk about my dance with suicide or the I hate myself video? Did I make them for attention? To garner sympathy and pity? Let's keep it real, boys. Attention, I'll get it out of the way. Just take a look at my dark and twisted mind. As for the other two, not one bit. And I go way more in depth in my I hate myself video, which you should watch. It's a good video. In short, I'm a D1 hater. There's a lot of hate, but I deeply despise. With a burning rage, pity. It disgusts me to my core, and my apple rots at the sight of it because I am not a charity case. I don't want to be patronized. I'm not fishing for compliments, like a girl who knows she's beautiful, but she says she's ugly. Please don't think so little of me. Aside from being a serial yapper, the main reason as to why I made those videos Well, I mean, videos in general, really.
It's to be heard and understood.
It's all I ever wanted. And the reception I get always overflows with it. Thank you all so much, by the way. Making art, wanting to be heard and understood are fundamental reasons as to why I make videos. They both mean so much to me that I don't think they will ever corrupt, unless I can get a bag from selling you some shitty product. The $1 million question remains, is Bobby Smiles real? I mean, I never really thought about being someone else online. I just am myself without much of a thought, really. I guess I'm more brain-rotted and annoying in real life, but I'll get there, don't worry. I'm obviously a monkey performing for you and myself. I do want to make good videos, but I wouldn't say I'm inauthentic.
I guess the only thing I've kind of lied about, but that's not even a lie. When I talk about my Skyrim lore, I always emit a huge well of sadness that would explain some things. But that's not me being disingenuous or deceptive. I would just like to keep something secret.
I've hinted at it in the past and I'll continue in the future, but I mean, I want to talk about it, but I can't. It's complicated, right? I guess I also use slurs in real life. Huh? I truly appreciate the comments that say that my content is real, that it feels like having a combo with an old friend. Things of the like mean a lot to me, but just to be clear, when I do talk about personal stuff, I do it to express myself. I do not want to take advantage of anyone's emotions. Because here's the real issue, right? The issue with authenticity online was never about seeking validation from others or wanting to be heard. That's natural. Everyone wants that, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem with authenticity online is I could be a big fat liar.
I mean, my initials are literally BS.
Maybe I never wanted to in my life. Maybe I was never a lonely neat. Worst of all, maybe I'm not a femboy. In theory, I could abuse your sympathy and farm videos about sensitive subjects people deeply care about. I could act as a person of authority, someone with the allure of prestige. I could portray myself admirably and benefit all the good that comes along without doing any of the work. People suck and will take advantage of your goodwill if it means getting what they want. And I could be that asshole because you don't know me. I mean, you do, but not really. Like, you don't even know my real name or what I look like. Alright, just this once, I look like this little guy, and my government name is Elaine Pickleberry. On top of Mr. Beastifying my feelings, it would be a really shitty and crazy thing to do in general. Hopefully it doesn't come out that way. I don't think I've done anything that would make you come to that conclusion. I don't think so. With all that being said, you can trust me. Please. Please, you can trust me. I mean, people can tell. You can tell when people are authentic and when they're not. You can tell I'm just some random jester making MARKIPLIER jokes and not some evil mastermind crafting the perfect relatable loser persona. I'm doing this for the love of the game. Listen, buddy. Actually, according to the statistics, most of you are geriatric. But listen, I mean, you're not immune to propaganda. Be on the lookout because trust comes at the price of betrayal. How many people who put on a wholesome good guy persona, lit it up, they end up being like beasts. Not Mr. Beast, just beast. Just pedophiles. I'm just glad my goat, Mr. Beast, has never done anything wrong, except owning a Puerto Rican's sweatshop. But even so, he gave my little brother Juan Miguel a job, so you be the judge. Now, since I have you here, I would like to ask you a few questions. First of all, for the last 10 months, this guy, Sounds3866, has begged me. He got on the floor. He doxed me. He said, you better make a Blender tutorial or I'm gonna kill. Alright, but for real, he asked me once, and that was 10 months ago, and I didn't believe in myself. But I think I could make one now, but I'm just wondering if there are people that are interested in that. The tutorial would be super beginner friendly, aimed at those who always want to learn but are too intimidated by it. Because let's be honest, Blender is fucking intimidating. Look at this. Ooh, I'm blendering. Ooh, I'm blendering so hard. I honestly think anyone can learn Blender. I mean, I did, and I'm not the fastest one in the shed. Secondly, so the schedule for A Happier Past is every 2 weeks, which means there's a week in between where you don't have anything. So I was just wondering, would you guys want to see a video where I just yap? And just do some random stuff? I don't know, we'll see. I would call it the joy of yapping or some shit. And that's G-O-Y, not G-O-Y, you pervert. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, bye losers.